Fine, you fucks asked for it, you got it. Welcome my fellow scrublords to another Super Unicorn review. The Su-152 Long Chlong is a 7.7 battle rating sniper pussy featuring the longest fuck-off gun in the game. At a length of over 9 meters, this gun is longer than the dicks of the MBT-70 and KPZ-70 drivers when they heard that their super tank was being added to the game.
That sentence had too many syllables! Apologize!
And despite gay jiggles saying they would never introduce top-end matchmaking premiums, here we fucking are. The vehicle will also cost you half your life savings at nearly 3,000 of your well-earned rubles and still manages to bankrupt you despite being a tier 5 premium. But we'll get to that shit later. Oh, and did I mention that the vehicle has hull brake? Yeah, anytime so much as a capitalist squirrel looks in your general fucking direction,
You are dead! Not a big surprise!
with only 30mm of steel armor, this vehicle is a quintessential example of a gas cannon. Actually no, that would be giving the Long Chlong too much credit. Anyways, mobility wise on paper it's pretty decent with a top speed of 64 km/h. This is achieved by the tank weighing next to nothing at 26.8 bias tons and a 480 vodka power engine. In practice the Long Chlong will still manage a very respectable 44 km/h on medium terrain in a straight line, allowing you in theory to achieve very respectable firing positions from which you can allow your Long Chlong to do the work it's designed to do. Its mobile gulag on tracks can also achieve a top reverse speed of 15 km/h, allowing it to reverse towards the enemy fairly quickly, since going backwards is punishable by going to gulag. As far as protection goes, the more appropriate question to ask is if the Soviets ever understood the idea of protection on their TDs in the first place. Like I mentioned earlier, the vehicle's paper mash is 30mm at its best, and as a result is susceptible to hull break, meaning any super hardened food products over 75mm in diameter have a high chance of instantly killing you no matter where they hit. Meaning that you don't even have to aim when looking at this vehicle to blow its dumbass back to tier 1. Now the gun is where the Long Chlong shines, and also fails miserably as a premium vehicle. The object random numbers is equipped with the 152mm M69 Mini Stalin launcher. This gun, despite its size, can fire at a rate of 6 Stalins per minute with an auto-loading mechanism holding 22 cast Stalinium Stalin figurines and explosive Kevas rounds in the carousel. And the ammunition consists of 2 rounds. Your stock 152mm thin stabilized Kevas bottles have the highest penetration of any shell in the game with 480mm of fuckery at any range, and an initial velocity of exactly 1000 dead fascisti a second. It is also equipped with a armor-piercing fin stabilized discarding Stalin round with 400mm of penetration at 100 meters. However, seeing as your Heat FS has similar amount of HE filler to a fucking KV2, I would not recommend using the APFSDS. Your explosive Kevas rounds will cripple an enemy tank, even if they don't penetrate them, while there's a good chance, when you use the APFSDS, to have shit like this happen to you. In addition, the depleted Stalinium darts will on average not deliver enough substantial damage to the target to be worth using on a regular basis, and will cost you 1100 lions a shot. Meaning that if you have to shoot an enemy tank more than once with this ammo, you are actually losing money rather than gaining it. Whereas the Heat FS rounds are free, so you can spam that shit like shitty Leopard drivers with no drawbacks. I would also recommend when using the explosive Kevas to aim for areas where the ammo rack is close, as your fermented fruit juice rounds have a chance of setting it off just with secondary fragments alone. In regards to crew skills, focus on tank driving, leadership, targeting, range finding, keen vision and field repair. The more astute of you who aren't bored to death by this point probably noticed our left out weapon reloading, and that is because the vehicle is equipped with an auto-loader and has the same reload of 10 seconds, no matter how drunk Boris is. which makes this vehicle perfect for stock cruisers. Acing them doesn't help you to the same degree on this tank. Also, as this is a totally not pay to play top tier vehicle, your modifications come with the big dick when you sell your soul to gaugeables. As for how it plays, it's quite simple. You are not a frontline assault gun. Your job is to sit back, barely leave the spawn, and generally be useless to your team because Conquest and Domination are completely shit game modes that actively punish this vehicle's playstyle. However, if you do somehow with your shit gun depression find a good sniping position with a good field of view and you didn't end up on a close quarters map like Abandoned Shittery or Burshits, focus on taking out the enemy's roving MBTs and heavily armored vehicles. Try to use your explosive Kevas rounds like HE shells or aim for ammunition racks to get the most out of your shots. In addition, don't stay in the same place for long, as your massive profile and your long chlong make you an easy vehicle to spot. Fire a maximum of 2 to 3 rounds from a spot and then move somewhere else. So there you have the SU-152 long chlong. Now get out there and show the rest of your team that you can actually help win games for once.